We are baking cookies. We will be delivering them to hospitals in the Monroe area because we want to support those frontline workers. I think that chocolate chip cookies, or just cookies in general, it's just something to brighten anybody's day, and I'm excited to go and deliver those today and just brighten someone's day. Well, I have had several friends that have had COVID and have recovered, thankfully, and I think that it's important to do our part to wear masks, wash your hands, and social distance to protect those that we love. I want to be a registered dietitian, and today we're making cookies, and I think everything in moderation, and I really want to encourage people in the name of health and wellness and encourage people to eat good food, because that is really what is going to protect you in this time of need in a pandemic. We have to fuel ourselves with good food in order to have a good immune system and fight things like COVID-19. I think it's important to do your part, absolutely, and social distance and washing your hands. We all have a part to play, and I think that if it protects a loved one, even if it's just one person, I think it's worth it to wear a mask.
What goes through your mind when you prepare all of this for the workers that are working in the hospitals 24/7?
It makes me so thankful. I actually have a good friend that I grew up with who is a frontline worker. She works in the ICU, and she's taking care of several ICU patients, and I think about her.
It's a very trying time. I've been in nursing since 1983 and have never experienced anything like it. The staff can tell you that these patients are very, very sick. They're also not able to be with their loved ones, so we try to be there extending hands to their loved ones and make sure that they're FaceTimed with their loved ones. But the patients are very, very sick, so it's taking very, very strong nurses to be able to take care of these patients.
Thank y'all so much.
We appreciate that. So this is staff that are actually working in our COVID units.
Oh, wow.
And then this is staff that also makes sure that our units are stocked, which is so important, and they do an awesome job. So we have our floor where the patients aren't as sick, that the patients also are taken care of, and those nurses do a fabulous job there also. So we have nurses that normally work 84 hours in a 2-week period, but our COVID nurses, as well as our other nurses on our other floors, are also picking up sometimes 12, 24, and 36 extra hours in a 2-week period. The team has really come together to support this time, because now that some of our regular census is back, we normally have about 28 patients in our ICU. Now we have 45 and 46 patients a day in our critical care areas. So you can see that almost doubled the amount of patients that we're taking care of in our critical care units.
What message do you have for people right now as they're watching this?
Again, I just encourage you, as the CDC and everyone else does, is to keep social distancing, to make sure that we wear our mask at all times. And the biggest thing that you can do is make sure that you keep your hands washed.
This is actually their anniversary week, so they're celebrating 107 years of service, and so it was just so humbling to be a part of this.
What did you learn from talking to the nurses here?
That they are on the front lines combating COVID-19, working extra hours and putting their life at risk for those that we love to keep us safe and healthy.
What went through your mind when all the nurses came out from the hospital to receive your gift?
I was just so thankful to see them, and I can't even imagine what they are going through on a daily basis. Whether that's taking care of a patient and being the extended hand, family member's hand, because they can't be with their family members right now. I just can't even imagine that the type of load that they have right now.
We've been very honored that Miss Louisiana came to see us today here at St. Francis.
We have just arrived at Glenwood Regional Medical Center, and we're about to deliver some cookies to frontline workers here.
What goes through your mind as you see all the hospital workers coming out to greet you?
Just an overwhelming sense of gratitude. I know that they spend tireless hours devoting to their work and devoting to caring for these people, these sick, very sick people, and I'm just so thankful for them.
What goes through your mind when you take a look at the hospital workers wearing their masks and realize that they're working 8 and 12-hour shifts?
Right. Well, they are living by example by wearing their masks, and they are devoting they're risking their lives to take care of our loved ones, and I'm just so appreciative for them, because I know that, you know, if I had a loved one here in the hospital, thankfully I don't right now, but if I did, I know that I would want to have a phenomenal healthcare worker like a Glenwood Regional Medical Center healthcare worker taking care of my loved one.
I have been working here at Glenwood for 7.5 years. The people behind me are the frontline workers that's been working very hard, not even just before the COVID unit, but during the COVID unit, but before. We're just a big family-oriented hospital. We always want to just make sure that our patients are getting the best care possible when they enter through those doors. We've been seeing an influx of really sick patients, but that haven't stopped us from coming together, working hard to make sure we treat those patients. Whether you have COVID or whether you're coming in with chest pain, we treat our patients according to their diagnosis, and we just make sure they get the best care possible.
Have you seen some success stories?
Oh, so many success stories. Just like yesterday with Mr. Lexi Lee that been here 124 days. It was just a blessing to see him to greet his family after all those days being in the hospital. It just God has definitely been shining his light upon Glenwood at this time.
How many hours have your nurses been working, and how are they holding up?
Oh, tirelessly at different hours. We work 12 hours, some work 8. Some are staying over, depending on what's going on with their patients, 14, 15 hours. No matter how tired we are, we always make sure we encourage and push each other to the next level to make sure we're giving the best care.
You've seen some of the sickest patients. What advice do you have for the people watching this right now?
Just keep supporting us and helping us through these tough times, because being a healthcare worker, like I said, it's a blessing. It's something that we love to do, and it's tireless, but we always make sure we're putting our best foot forward.
What can people do to prevent themselves from coming to the hospital?
Please wear your face mask, wash your hands, and just protect your family, and just go out if you just have to, and just, wear your face mask if you're out and about.
Well, Miss Louisiana, she is about serving people. I mean, one of the 4 points of the crown is service. And I am so excited to be a part of this event and to be a part of just spreading positivity and being a part of service today as Miss Louisiana.